How's it everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE Roadblock 2016 review. Of course, Roadblock took place live exclusively on the WWE Network tonight. And overall, coming out of the show, I honestly thought it was a very good show. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. I was highly entertained throughout the majority of the show. And I thought it was a good, solid, fun show overall. I enjoyed it, like I said. I know some people didn't like it, and I can see why. On the show, the crowd was kind of dead throughout, parts of the show, that weren't really there for some of the matches that were really fun, I thought, and they're kind of died down, so it kind of took away a little bit from the match, I thought. But for the most part, like I said, I thought the show was fun. I thought all the title matches delivered, plus some, and I just thought it was a good, easy, fun show to sit through overall. So, very good network special, probably the best one to date, not including the takeover shows, of course. So this is probably the best WWE network special so far, to this date. Like I said, not including the NXT stuff. So yeah, really fun show. I enjoyed it. Thought it was good. Of course, over the show with the WWE Tag Team Championship match, the New Day versus the League of Nations, Sheamus and King Barrett. Of course, New Day comes out promoting the new Bootios that they have. Great promo by New Day here. I don't see how anyone could dislike the New Day. The match itself with the League of Nations, I thought was a very fun opener. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. New Day was great. They definitely, the crowd was definitely invested in the New Day. Barrett and Sheamus, the crowd was just, completely against them. So of course, the crowd was for New Day, cheering them on throughout the match. So of course, it was good. Sheamus and Barrett did a good job, I thought. Big E got a hot tag, which was a good hot tag because the crowd really was in the hot tag for Big E. There was a mishap in the match with Kofi Kingston and I think Sheamus where they're going for their finisher. Big E had Sheamus for the big ending, and Kofi does the thing off the top rope or the second rope. Sheamus got out of it, threw Big E into the turnbuckle, and Kofi kind of just jumped down, but he landed on Sheamus, so it was kind of a nasty landing. But it was a good opener. New Day, of course, ended up retaining with some mishaps going on. I think Sheamus and Barrett were, pretty much killing Big E. Had him for the victory, but of course Xavier Woods distracted the referee. Referee was not able to count the 3 counts, so that pissed off Sheamus and Barrett. Sheamus, I believe, chased Xavier Woods around. Kofi Kingston attacked Sheamus, which led to Big E, hitting the big ending on Barrett for the 1-2-3 victory. So New Day retains. So I'm guessing it'll be a 6-man tag at Mania for the tag team titles. I'm guessing all 3 New Day members versus Sheamus, Barrett, and Rusev or Del Rio, one of the 3, or one of the 2. So pretty much this is a setup match for Mania, I think, for a 6-man tag. But yeah, it was a fun opener. I enjoyed it. It was good stuff there. From there, we'll go to a promo backstage by Paul Heyman, pretty much saying that tonight Brock Lesnar is going to beat the hell out of Bray Wyatt, pretty much, and that he's finally going to extract his revenge. So yeah, that was Paul Heyman promo. Can't go wrong with that. Which led to Chris Jericho coming out, cutting a promo. Excellent promo on AJ Styles. Heel Chris Jericho will always be the best Chris Jericho you can get. Just a fantastic, heated promo from him, and it was great. The network was giving me some problems, so I didn't see all the promo, but from what I saw, excellent stuff from Chris Jericho, which led to Jack Swagger coming out, which went into Chris Jericho versus Jack Swagger. Pretty much an average TV match here, nothing too much. Jack Swagger was trying to be the babyface in this match because they try to play the babyface heel or the babyface sympathy for Swagger, but it's in Canada and he's an all-American American. It ain't gonna work. So the crowd was not going for Swagger; they're cheering for Jericho, of course, and like I said, it was your average little little TV match. Nothing too much. Jericho got the victory with the walls of Jericho, which led to Swagger submitting. So, Jericho wins. So, yeah, whatever stuff there. Next, we go on to the NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Revival versus the Revival, not a rival. The Revival versus Enzo, Amore, and Colin, Cassady. This was a lot of fun. This match was just, the crowd was red hot for it. I thought Enzo and Cass worked great in this match. It was probably the best I've ever seen them as a tag team. Their tag team work and just how they were pacing this match, I thought they did an excellent job. And of course, the Revival were great as well. They executed their quick tags. They, showcased their great tag team work, played their heel tactics great. I thought everything about this match was just a lot of fun. The crowd was red hot in this match as well. I just thought it was a lot of fun overall. This probably may have been better than their TakeOver London match, which was a really good match. So I really enjoyed this match. Great stuff between both teams. Like I said, I thought both teams played excellent, great work, tag work. I think this match showcased NXT really, really well on a main WWE show because this might have been the hottest match on the card in terms of crowd involvement. And I definitely thought they showcased well, and they put on a great showing from all 4 guys. And I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Great work from the Revival. Enzo, Amore, and Colin, Cassady almost got the victory, but the Revival were able to prevent it. Colin Cassady chased Dawson, and Dawson hid behind Carmella. Carmella slapped him, and then the Revival ended up hitting the Shatter Machine on Colin Cassady on the outside of the ring, which I thought was great. And then they worked on Enzo in the ring and ended up hitting the Shatter Machine off the top rope onto Enzo Amore for the 1-2-3 victory. So the Revival retained the tag team titles, and which was an awesome match here. This was a lot of fun, great tag team title match. Like I said, great way to expose or showcase NXT talent as well. So I thought that was a great match. I really enjoyed that. So great stuff from all four guys there. From there we go to the Divas Championship match, Charlotte versus Natalya. This was a great Divas match here. This match got a ton of time, well, not a ton of time, but got like around 15 minutes, I believe. And both girls were great. I love the storytelling in this match with Charlotte working on Natalya's leg and Natalya not giving up and keep fighting back. I thought that was a great storytelling in this match, especially in the figure eight moment where Charlotte had Natalya in the figure eight, and Natalya just refused to tap, and Charlotte was yelling at her to tap. Natalya would just yell back at her no, and she fought out of it. And I thought that was a great moment there. And and Charlotte ended up hitting these natural selection right after it. And when Natalya was pretty much, trying to get up but couldn't because her legs were, damaged in the figure eight. I just thought this match was awesome. I thought the girls told a great story, and both of them were great. I don't think this was as good as their TakeOver match from 2 years ago, but it was pretty damn close, I would say, honestly. And I thought that was a great match for both girls. Natalya definitely, don't know why they don't use her more than they should, because she's a great talent. I think she would definitely bring a lot of more interest in the Divas division, but whatever. She showcased a great match, Charlotte, here, and I really enjoyed it. How was the finish? Was it a roll-up? Yeah, Charlotte got the win with the roll-up with her feet on the rope, I believe, to the pin Charlotte. So, yeah, or the pin Natalya, sorry. But, yeah, really fun match, like I said. Great stuff, great showing from both girls. Really enjoyed it. And then we go on to what was supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. But, of course, Bray Wyatt comes out and announces that Brock Lesnar will be facing both of them, being him and Luke Harper. So this match is now a 2-on-1 handicap match. Brock Lesnar comes out, ready to kill. The match happens, and Bray Wyatt runs like a little bitch. So it actually ended up being Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper, which to me was good, because Luke Harper is the most talented member in the Wyatt family, while Bray Wyatt is probably the most overrated member of the Wyatt family, in my opinion. Luke Harper is money, Bray Wyatt is not. That is my opinion. Take it however you will. This is how I feel when it comes to those two. But Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper and Brock Lesnar, Jesus Christ, I'm just screwing up all over the place in this video. I apologize for that. Brock Lesnar and Luke Harper put on a fun little match. It was about 5 minutes. Luke Harper, he held his own. He was dominating Lesnar, throwing out some lariats and, kicking Lesnar around. But of course, Lesnar was able to dodge one of the discus lariats into a suplex and pretty much took Luke Harper to Suplex City, threw him around, hit an F5, pinned him 1, 2, 3. So it was your typical, Brock Lesnar 5-minute, network special match, so nothing too significant here, but it was cool to see Brock Lesnar and Luke Harper go at it, and Bray Wyatt at ringside pretty much running away from Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gets out of the ring, like I said, Bray Wyatt runs off. So Bray Wyatt, you portray him as a new face of fear, but yet you have him run away from his... I can rant on Bray Wyatt all day, but I'm not going to, but like I said, it was cool to see Brock Lesnar and Luke Harper go at it, so that was, it was whatever. From there we go to Sami Zayn versus Stardust, which was a very boring match, I thought. Honestly, you just had Stardust put Sami Zayn in a headlock for majority of the match, was throwing Sami Zayn around, and didn't really, it was boring. I didn't like it. It went on way too long, too. This match went on, like, over 10 minutes when it should have been cut at least by, like, 4 or 5. It honestly should have been cut in half, but they should have picked a better opponent for Sami Zayn, honestly, anyways. They should have put him against anyone else but Stardust. But yeah, not a good match. Didn't enjoy it at all. I think it overstayed its welcome. It should have been someone else, not Stardust. I didn't enjoy this match at all. Sami Zayn went with the hoof kick. Not that great of a way to showcase Sami Zayn, because I know that was the purpose of the match, was to showcase Sami Zayn. But I don't think Stardust was the guy to do that. So yeah, not a good match by any means. Worst match of the show by far. But yeah, like I said, Sami Zayn won with the hoover kick. And then we go to the main event, which was the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. Of course, the match everyone wanted to see at WrestleMania, but didn't happen. I thought this match was great. This match was really, really well done, I thought. A lot of the crowd wasn't in this match. The crowd was really dead for this match, I thought, for the most part. And I can see why they weren't invested, and I can see why people didn't like the match. This was more of an old school style match where it was more slow, and it was more about storytelling based. You had Triple H work on Ambrose, his back and whatnot, and you have Ambrose working on Triple H's legs. And I thought Triple H sold great in this match, especially the spot where Ambrose had him in the figure 4, and Triple H got to the ropes, and Triple H, you can see like he was like spitting out, like he was in a lot of pain. So I thought Triple H selling this match was great. I thought Ambrose, played a great role in this match as well. It was a slow paced match, but what they were doing meant something. Like they were legitimately like beating the holy out of each other. Like the exchange where they were slapping and the slaps went into fist. I thought that was a great moment. I just thought this was a great old school style world title match that you would get back in the day, and I thought both guys delivered big time. And I thought it was a great match, especially for a network special match. This was awesome, and especially with WrestleMania 3 weeks away, you would think these guys would hold their energy and not try to injure each other before their big matches at WrestleMania. But these guys did not hold back at all and really slayed it in. And do I think they could have a better match? Yeah, I think if this was not WrestleMania season, some other pay-per-view, they could definitely put on a better match, but they still put on one hell of a main event here. I thought it was a great match. Like I said, Triple H's selling was superb. Definitely made Ambrose look like a star. I think Ambrose really shined and posed as a legitimate threat to, Triple H. I thought they accomplished that big time here, especially the underdog story of Ambrose. I definitely think they portrayed him great as an underdog in this match, so I thought both guys worked excellent. And one thing I did not like about this match at all was the terrible false finish where Ambrose actually hits the dirty deeds and pins Triple H 1, 2, 3. However, Ambrose's feet were under the ropes, so the referee, John Cone, being the fucking idiot he is, he counts 1, 2, 3, but right when he hits 3, he goes, "Oh no, nope, foot's on the rope, not a 3. But it's like, you saw his foot's under the rope. Why didn't you stop before he hit the 3 and said, "Oh no"? So why did you hit the 3 count and then point it out? Why didn't you stop before he hit the 3 and then point it out? Like, to me, John Cone fucked that up big time. That was a big false finish, and fucking idiot John Cone fucked it up. Fuck you, John Cone. You suck ass. But yeah, terrible false finish because of him, which could have been a big false finish considering that would have been pretty much a title change. But like I said, John Cone fucked it up. And then Triple H and Ambrose begin killing each other some more. Bring it to the outside. Triple H tears the announcer tables apart. Ambrose tries to do a splash or tries to do an elbow through the announce table from the barricade. Triple H gets out of the way. Ambrose goes crashing through. Ambrose rushes the ring before the 10 count, so at 9, Ambrose rushes in the ring. Triple H, being the smart man he is, capitalizes on it, hits the pedigree on Ambrose right when he slides in, pins Ambrose 1, 2, 3, so Triple H retains the WWE World Championship and will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32. Like I said, I thought that was great, and I really like that ending, the fact that, Ambrose slid in right before the 10 count, Triple H, seeing that, grabbed him right away and hit him with the pedigree right as he slid in. I thought that was a great ending for this match, and to one hell of a title match as well. I thought that was, like I said, I thought it was a great title match. I really enjoyed it. Definitely match tonight by far. It was a fun show. I know Roadblock I thought was a very fun show, to be perfectly honest. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I thought it was very solid. Like I said, every title match delivered. The undercard, the other matches like the Sami Zayn match, the Chris Jericho match, the Brock Lesnar match, weren't that great, but they were, besides, actually the Sami Zayn match probably was the only boring match in the show, I thought. I thought the other two matches, the Jericho and Lesnar matches, are still, watchable in a sense, but... And I'll do my review for Roadblock, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like, please leave your thoughts and comments down below about the show itself or the video itself, whatever you want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.